You can't turn on the news without hearing about the potential for the Airbnb bust to crash the housing market. In this video, we will discuss how one particular local housing market, Joshua Tree, is showing signs of crashing due to the Airbnb bust. Joshua Tree is a small artsy community that serves as a hub for visitors to the Joshua Tree National Park. Droves of Airbnb owners in Joshua Tree are being forced to sell or reconsider their Airbnb business because demand has been decimated. Over the years, it has become popular with artists, musicians, and those seeking a bohemian desert lifestyle, which has contributed to its unique local culture. Before the pandemic, Joshua Tree was already gaining in popularity, but the pandemic caused an explosion of interest. Joshua Tree is just 2.5 hours from Los Angeles, Orange County, and San Diego, which are among 3 of the richest areas in the nation. Airbnb prices spiked from around $150 a night pre-pandemic to $400 a night during the pandemic. These high-income people from LA, Orange County, and San Diego were eager to get away during COVID and had big budgets to pay for super neat, isolated getaways. Smart Airbnb owners in Joshua Tree were eager to please their customers and came up with new, cool ways to make their listings pop. Some examples include adding Airstreams, pools, plunge baths, teepee houses, glass houses, and retractable ceilings. During the pandemic, some people were paying $400 a night for a teepee, $300 a night for an Airstream. What happened next is totally predictable. Supply went up by over 50% in a little over 2 years. Home prices in Joshua Tree nearly doubled, with some buyers paying $50,000 to $100,000 over asking price. A lot of these new Airbnb owners had no previous experience managing an Airbnb. In 2021, almost any Airbnb owner in Joshua Tree was killing it. You just couldn't lose as demand was endless. Fast forward to December 2023, and it's a completely different story with demand down up to 75% for many operators. This tiny town with a population of about 7,300 has about 1,000 short-term rentals. Don't get me wrong, Joshua Tree is a super cool place, but I don't think we need 1,000 short-term rentals in a tiny town of 7,300. Post-pandemic travel trends have changed. People don't want to go to these isolated places like they used to. A $300 a night Airstream or $400 a night teepee doesn't get a lot of repeat customers. Also, a lot of people are going back to the office for work, limiting their ability to go on sporadic road trips. Airbnb prices in Joshua Tree have come down considerably due to increased competition and reduced demand. In some cases, prices have gone down over 50% or even close to what they were pre-pandemic. If we look at Airbnb, we can see that a lot of the most popular listings have barely any reservations booked for the days and months ahead, and all the prices have fallen dramatically, in some cases half of what they were just 1 year ago. Some hosts didn't just see a decline in demand, but rather a collapse. The hosts that we're looking at right now are the top-rated ones on Airbnb. Another thing that happened is that a lot of newbie hosts realized that it's not fun, it's not easy, and it's not cheap to manage a rental from hours away, especially in an isolated town that lost most of its local population due to being priced out. I'm in the short-term rental business, and I know an owner in Los Angeles who got a call on Sunday morning regarding a backed-up plumbing situation. Turns out, since so much of the supply of housing has been turned into Airbnbs, there aren't many locals to fill commonly needed jobs such as handyman. He couldn't find a plumber to go out and had to drive 2.5 hours to try to deal with the situation. He gets there and sees a bunch of kids who had a big party. He goes into the bathroom and it's like a crime scene. He manages to plunge the toilet and almost throws up in the process. He then promptly leaves, puts the house on the market, and ends up taking a loss just to get out. This type of experience is happening more and more to novice owners. Many owners also use management companies, but they take up to 20% and often do a mediocre job in running your listing. So the consequence of all this is that you're seeing a lot more listings go on the market for sale in Joshua Tree, with some owners selling at a loss just to get out. A lot of other owners are taking a monthly loss and holding out in hopes that demand will come back, but these owners can't keep their places forever. Listings for sale have increased and are staying on the market as demand evaporates. Home prices have fallen considerably in the past year. Based on Zillow, home prices have gone down about 13% since last year. You're also starting to see some default as a lot of new Airbnb owners took on risky loans that required minimum income verification. Joshua Tree is just one example of how the Airbnb bust is affecting the housing market, causing a spike in housing inventory and changing housing dynamics. We'll keep an eye on other markets, but for now it's clear that a sudden shift in demand from Airbnb can negatively affect the housing market and bring prices down. Can it happen nationwide? Probably not, as Airbnb tends to be concentrated in prime tourism markets. Also, the Airbnb housing only represents 1% of the total housing stock. The one thing for sure is that rural scenic areas that saw a spike of supply are the most vulnerable. Other areas that we'll keep an eye on are Lake Tahoe, Mammoth, Yosemite, Sedona, Reno, Savannah, Phoenix, and Boise. If you're an Airbnb owner in Joshua Tree and you're seeing demand get decimated, get out while you still can, as prices are still a lot higher than pre-pandemic. If you enjoyed my video, please hit the like button, and I wish you a great day. Thank you.